Nederland Community Library and Storytime are proud to bring you The Elephants of Denver by my friend Dave Johnson. Dave Johnson takes care of the pachyderms at the Denver Zoo. A pachyderm is an elephant, a rhinoceros, or a hippopotamus. So here we go. And here's silly Sassy Sassafras. Her name was Sissy Sally Sassafras, and she loved rhinos, penguins, and giraffes. Animals were her true love, you see, and where they lived was where she'd be. Sissy drew their pictures and colored their faces, studied their homes, and visited those places. She lived in the state of Colorado, with lots of cool places for her to go. Sissy climbed the mountains and paddled the rivers, and seeing Bighorn just gave her the shivers. Here's the Denver Zoo. Sissy was proud to be an animal nerd. She loved everything feathered and everything furred. It's a passion she'd had since she was small, and her parents had hoped she'd outgrow it all. Elk and beaver, moose and bear, so many animals to see, living everywhere. But her most favorite thing in the world to do was to head down to Denver and visit the zoo. At the entrance, she giggled about all the fun as the shiny safari greeted the sun. Here's Bert, the hippopotamus. When she entered the zoo, her face got the grins, for the animals there were all her best friends. The sea lion, Bismarck, would wave to the crowd, and the hyena, Ngozi, was a mother so proud. Dikembe, the giraffe, was sitting around with a big spotted head so far off the ground. An orangutan mohawk on Niece's head looked just like Sissy when she got out of bed. Mimi and Dolly were getting their elephant bath, while the big hippo Bert always made her laugh. And here's Mr. Dave. Sissy loved the action she saw at the zoo, the bug toss, the feedings, the keepers' talks too. Pachyderms was always the best place to be. So much going on for a young kid to see. The rhino, Mashindi, showed off his behaviors. He'd target and sit for his favorite flavors. The hippos were bobbing for apples that day, and the people all laughed at their yucky tail spray. Then onto the yard where the elephants linger, and Mr. Dave showed off their different trunk fingers. There's Dolly. Dolly and Mimi are the elephants there now, both of them females, so they are called cows. Dolly is younger with a trunk that is skinny. She has smaller ears and freckles aplenty. She loves getting treats for behaviors she's done. But if she sticks to her diet, she is under 4 tons. Back in the 80s, Dolly came to the zoo to give rides on her back and have babies too. But the elephant rides there have come to an end, and Dolly liked the bull onyx, but only as friends. And here's Mimi. Dolly is dainty as far as elephants go, while Mimi is massive. Her size steals the show. She has a large head and a big old trunk, too. At 10,000 pounds, she could still lose a few. Mimi loves peanut butter and whole watermelon, and playing in the mud wallow gets her a smellin'. She likes to play catch with the keepers sometimes, and dust herself off with anything she can find. Mimi's been in Denver since the age of 2, and at peacocks she often likes to throw poo. Here's art by Mimi. Then one day at the zoo, Sissy made a distinction as Mr. Dave was speaking of animal extinction. Mimi was painting that day in her stall, creating a masterpiece to be sold in the fall. The money was going towards conservation to help with wild elephant preservation. At that moment, she knew this wasn't a game, and her life from then on would not be the same. Sissy wanted to help in any way that she could, to make sure the whole world understood. Here's Sally. There are very few elephants left in the world. This made an impression on one little girl. So Sissy recycled like the elephants do. She taught all her family how to recycle too. A lemonade stand was a big summer smash to help Sissy raise serious elephant cash. Yet she wanted to involve all the kids at her school, so Pennies for Packies was the fundraising tool. Students brought in all their spare change from home to help build the elephants a new place to roam. This is what Sissy wanted to do, to help elephants have a better place at the zoo. A new home for the girls was just start of the plan, and to educate people so they could understand that the zoo elephants are great ambassadors now for all wild creatures to be protected somehow. The rhino and gibbon, saurus crane, and flying fox teach people in Denver to think outside the box. And what did Mr. Dave say from his heart? It's our job to preserve them. We must do our part. So if you go to the Denver Zoo in the summer of 2020, you'll see 5 bull elephants. That's Jake, Chuck, Billy, Bodie, and Groucho. And be sure to tell Dave we said hello and thank you. And thank you to Katie Adamson, Conservation Foundation. No losers. Okay. While Mimi is massive, take 2. If she sticks to her dirt, she is under 4 tons. Diet.